Hi, Minnie. How are you doing?
Hi, Sanjay. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good here. We are still not out of the lockdown, but how was the experience?
Initially, it was little difficult to adjust to that nature of being at home all the time and not being out. But then slowly got into the habit of it. And now we are in such a habit that now I feel scared to go out.
Tell me some of your best experiences during this lockdown period.
Okay, the best experiences that I got time to be myself. I got time to spend time with myself. I used to do some sketching and paintings during my childhood, which I started. Because of Zomato and Swiggy, I had stopped cooking a certain type of food, which I started back because there is no other option to it, and I'm enjoying it.
Have you rediscovered yourself? Do you think?
Yeah, that's what
How?
rediscovering the new person in me, the real person in me,
How?
by giving time to myself, thinking about it, thinking about the past experience, how I reacted, how I did my past, what mistakes I've been doing in the past, and what should have been done, and how should I improve myself. That's how I'm improving myself. So this is a time for me and myself, and I get now a lot of time to have a connect with my God, which I have used to make an excuse saying I don't have time. So now I have time to connect with Him.
Did you at any point in time react differently? And then you asked yourself, am I the same Minnie? In a
Not
positive
really.
sense.
Not really, because I know who I am and I discovered myself long back, slowly, but yes, I did. But now I am improving myself to another stage. So by reading a lot of Bible, reading good books, watching the good things which I didn't get time to watch, and also by having time, meditation time, time for myself.
Minnie, what has this lockdown taught you?
Lockdown has taught that family is the priority. You have learned, uh, come to know what is your priority now. The priority for you is not your job, not the money, not the luxuries, but the family and the necessities. That's what has everybody has come to know now. Nearly everybody understood this fact that uh, family and the day-to-day life, the essentials are important, not the luxuries. Like there's a friend of mine, 2 months back, in the month of January, I think January, yes, in the month of January, they bought a Mercedes car, which is a luxurious Mercedes car, and it's now a showpiece for them, because in this hard time, that car is of no use. They have spent lakhs of money, about 70, 80 lakhs on that, but it's of no use for them today.
You think this lockdown has changed us?
This lockdown should change us. We
Has it
should change.
has it really changed it, or is it just a passing phase? We are still the same. We will
Uh,
still remain the same.
we are humans, and humans are tend to make mistakes and tend to repeat things what they have learned. But change is the only constant which has to be accepted. So we have to accept the coming change. We have to accept that in the coming future, we have to take care of our hygiene and our food, because hygiene is one thing which will keep us safe from the environment, and the food is something which will keep our immunity strong. So that is two things which is we have learned. We have to change in our habit. And second thing, we have to understand that livelihood is more important than luxury today.
Your bucket list has gone up, or what?
My bucket list was always a small bucket list. I never had a big bucket list because I don't look into the future too much. I live the day in the present. So I never had a big bucket list. I only had one in my bucket list, that was I love traveling. So I want to travel, not across my own country, but across the world. I want to travel and see the beautiful world the God has created. That is one of my bucket lists. And that is the only bucket list I have. And that was there, and that is there, and that will be there. I hope I can fulfill it.
So what is that one thing that you're gonna do, after this lockdown gets over? What is that one thing? All right, the clock strikes 12 and I'm gonna go out and do this.
One thing which I would love to do is I would love to go and see my mother, who is not well, and I want to see her, and I want to be with her.
You're a TikToker.
I
So when did you
started
start
TikTok.
TikToking? When did you start TikToking?
I, I started TikTok 8 months back.
Oh,
8 months back, I started TikTok, and there's a friend of mine, very close friend of mine, who introduced me to this particular thing. I was not very much interested in it, but yes, now it's interesting for me, and I enjoy doing it.
and I saw your numbers. It is huge. And just you said 7 months, right? And the numbers are huge.
7 to 8
You have a
months, yeah.
great fan following. I think I,
Yeah, about
I
4,40,000.
oh my God. And you do serious TikToking.
Yeah, I do motivational this thing, speeches.
Mm-hmm.
The speeches are very short. It's hardly 15
Mm.
seconds or 1 minute maximum. But I do motivational because this is what I really do in my profession. I am a soft skill trainer. I'm a motivational trainer. So this is what I teach in my class. This is what I do when I go for a motivational training. So I am not doing anything extra. I'm just imparting my knowledge to the people who are not able to come to my sessions, pay for my sessions, and sit in my class.
Why do you do TikTok?
I do TikTok because this is what I know. This is the knowledge I have, and I want to give my knowledge ahead. Because I have seen a lot of people who are in need of motivation, and I counsel a lot of people even on TikTok. So I think people need me, need people like me who can inspire people, who can help them out from something which they are dealing with. I have a lot of experience in my life, and I can impart that experience through my motivational classes and speeches.
Or you're a counselor also.
Yes, I counsel people.
So uh, this lockdown has really affected a lot of people. Yeah, and most
Yes,
importantly,
yes,
domestic violence, depression.
yes,
Sure,
yes,
you must be listening to a lot of people. And
yes.
what is that message you would like to give out?
Patience. Have patience, and try tolerance is the only thing which you can bear at the moment. And rather than getting negative with life, don't go into a negative mode, because once you get into a negative mode, you get into depression, and when you once you get into depression, uh, it's difficult to come out soon. So don't get into depression by all these things. To try, have little patience, have a little bit positiveness inside you, that these things are temporary and this is going to be over.
But how do you explain this to a person, when the fact is, the reality around is, there is no job, there is no money, you don't see a future ahead, you switch on the television, there's only negativity around. So how do you explain this thing to somebody, like not all people are the same, you can only tell them to be positive,
Uh,
but how do you actually tell them? Because do you
First
think,
thing is,
just giving them one pep talk is going to change them when there is negativity 24
uh,
hours? How do you
yeah.
explain?
First thing is, switch off the channel which gives you news. That's the most negative channel you have. There are many channels in the TV, hundreds of channels, watch anything but not news. That is the first thing. Second thing is, we have a lot of other works we can get into. Everybody has their talent. Everybody has their own gifts. Use it for it. And yes, the jobs are on stake at the moment. Lot of people are going to lose their jobs. Lot of business which has gone into loss. So this will bring in something. So maybe you will start up with something of your own, or you may get something. You may do something better. So think positive, because if you what your thought is what you become. So if you do not think positive, nothing is going to come to you in a positive way.
So I will not take all the stress. I will not watch news. I will start drawing. I will start TikToking. But what about the couples, who don't see eye to eye and they have to, stay locked down inside the house? How do you avoid that? You can avoid news, but how can you avoid this?
Yeah, uh, yes, it is difficult. It is difficult because um, everybody needs space. As I said before, everybody needs space. Husband needs his space, wife needs her space. So when you are in a normal life, you are somehow giving space to each other. But now, because you're 24 into 7, you are under one roof, there are going to be clashes. There are going to be things. But here, it's from both the sides. Both the people have to understand that we have to tolerate each other. We have to forgive each other. Otherwise, these relations are not going to stay. Because what I feel is, once the lockdown opens up, then lawyers will have a lot of jobs. Lawyers will have a lot of cases of divorce. Whereas there will be people who may come closer also. And there may be people which are going apart also. Yes, it is difficult to stay with one person or two persons. A couple, especially among couples, there is a lot of problems, and I am hearing a lot of problems. I'm counseling so many people on the same. And in Rajasthan, where I live, uh, people live in joint family. Under one roof, there are 10 people, 10 different type of characters living. And it is really difficult when you stay under one roof with different type of characters 24 into 7. So yes, it is difficult. This time is difficult in a relationship, but here we have to see that we have to have patience. We have to see that some we tolerate, some they tolerate, but we come into a mutual bonding here. Otherwise, things are going to be bad.
So you're a soft skill trainer. Do you
Yeah,
take online classes?
not always. Yeah, sometimes.
Do you think this online thing is going to work for long, or is it?
No, this will not going to work because I'm not able to monitor my kids directly. That's why, see, I can only teach what I know, but I don't know whether the child is able to grasp it, whether the child is able to know it, or that person is able to understand exactly what I am telling them.
Mhm.
So online classes are, it may work for a month or two because of these difficult times. Otherwise, it's not going to work. School, college has to open up.
Mini, what do you want to tell the audience when they look ahead? You're always telling each other to look ahead. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the line, nobody sees anything ahead. Everything looks dark ahead.
I can only say this tunnel of darkness will end, and then it will end soon, and we will see the light coming back. So have hope, be positive, keep yourself positive by doing something what you really like, encourage others rather than pulling them down, and be happy. Happy is a state of mind, and that we have to do it for ourselves. It will not come to us.
Thank you so much, Mini. Thank you for being a
Oh,
part of
thank you, Sanjay.
Gupshup with
Thank
Dadiyalmallu.
you so much, Sanjay.
Thank you. Thank you.